We use the past continuous to discuss an ongoing action in the past. There are no specific start or finish times. For example, last week, my son was having problems at school. We don't know for how long, we don't know when it started, we don't know when it stopped. We just know it was an ongoing situation that occurred over an extended period of time in the past tense. So to make this, we need two things. We need the verb be and then we need the verb gerund, okay? So we take the verb be and we put it into the past tense. I was, he was, she was, it was, David was, you were, we were, or they were, okay? The gerund is going to be the form of the verb that ends with ing, having, okay? So read this to me, Danya.
Last year, my friend Tony was having a lot of problems. He was drinking way too much and was also using drugs. He was going through a very bad time and doing a lot of things he wasn't supposed to be doing.
Good.
For instance, he was staying out all night long with his friends. He was going to bars and flirting with women. He was coming home really late at night and being abusive to his wife. He was shooting at her, threatening her, and scaring his children. He was also harassing a lot of people.
Yeah, bad news for Tony, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to write a paragraph about something that was happening last year to you or to someone that you know.
Something bad? Or
it could be bad, it can be good, whatever, it doesn't matter.
okay.
Mommy.
Hi, Sarai. Hi, Norma. How come you guys didn't say anything? You just come in and say hi when you come in.
I'm sorry, what?
Come in and say hi. Hi. I didn't know you were there.
Yeah.
Hi, Norma. Hi, Sarai. So we're doing a writing assignment, okay? Writing about something that happened to you last year or someone you know using the past progressive tense.
Okay. Okay.
Are you ready, Danya? Still working?
Yeah. No,
You ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sarai, Norma, finish your last sentence and then we're gonna share, okay?
Last year, I had health problems. I was having a nose surgery. I was feeling really nervous, but everything was good. My doctor was doing an excellent job. My family were taking care of me, and then a few days.
My family was taking care of me.
Oh yeah, family
Family is singular. My family
singular.
was taking care of me.
Was taking care of me, and then a few days later, I was breathing normally.
Good. Sarai?
God, I don't know.
So Sarai or Norma, can you share with us?
Let's see.
You ready, Sarai? Hello, Sarai. Sarai, I'm talking to
I'm
you.
sorry, can't think anything.
So, can you
I
share?
have mine in white.
What?
I don't have anything in my head. I don't know why. I can't think it.
Okay, what about you, Norma?
Just last year I was having problems with my son in the school.
Keep going.
Just write it that.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Moving on along. Norma, what was happening here?
He's having a headache.
He was
He was having.
a headache. He was having a headache. Okay. Yeah. What was happening here, Sarai? Sarai?
Yeah? Oh, I'm sorry. It's my internet. I'm so sorry. I don't know why it's so slow.
Okay. What was
Um,
happening here, Sarai? What was happening?
He was arresting.
He was getting arrested. He was getting arrested.
He was, yeah.
So say it, please repeat. He was getting arrested.
He was getting arrested.
Uh-huh.
Arrested with ED, teacher?
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, he was getting arrested. What was happening here, Danya?
They were having a fun time.
They were having a fun time? Yeah, looks like it, right? Do you know where that is? That's a very famous place here in the United States.
No.
That's in New Orleans.
Oh,
Yeah, they were having fun. Whoa.
oh my God.
Oh boy, what was happening here, Norma?
He was having a smoking.
It looks like the guy on the left was smoking. Yeah, the guy on the left was smoking. This guy in the
Drinking beer.
middle, do you know what we call this a keg stand? So
Keg
that's
stand?
this is a keg of beer.
Yeah.
The barrel is called a keg of beer. And so when they put you upside down like that, that's called a keg
So
stand.
he was
He was drinking beer. Yeah,
he was drinking beer.
he was drinking beer. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Could you write
But
the
how
word,
do you
please,
say
teacher?
vomitando? Throwing up?
He was throwing up. Yeah. What did you want me to write, Norma?
The thing you said, to the word to use for that.
Right, you call it a barril, right? Barril in Spanish, un barril. In English, we call it a keg.
Yeah, but the action.
He was doing a keg stand.
How? How you said?
He was doing a keg stand. It's written right here. I wrote it for you. He was doing a keg stand.
Okay.
All right. What was happening here, Norma?
He was breaking the bricks.
Good. All right. Can you read this to us, Sarai?
I'm sorry?
Can you read this to us, Sarai?
¿Cómo dijo?
Sarai, maybe you need to sign out and sign back in if you can't hear us? I don't.
Yes.
Try to sign out and sign
do
back
that.
in, okay? Okay, Danya, can you read this to us?
In the 16th, many people came to America in search.
In the 1600s.
1600s. Many people came to America in search of religious freedom. They were facing religious persecution. In England, people were forced to attend state churches, and those that were breaking away from the Church of England were being faced with fines and imprisonment. People were being imprisoned.
So hold on. Listen. Imprisonment.
Imprisonment.
Yeah, good.
people were being executed for heresy and blasphemy.
Good.
Many colonists came to America for religious freedom. In America, they could freely practice whatever their religion that they wanted to practice.
Good. Any questions about this?
No.
No? All right, Norma.
American history. The English monarchy was very oppressive during this time. Only aristocratic families, royalty, and the church were given any control or say in politics. Colonists to America were mainly allowed to govern themselves. They had much more freedom than equal rights were given to people from all walks of life. Many colonists came to America for overall freedom and political liberty.
Okay, very good, Norma. Thank you. Do you have any questions about this one?
No.
All right. Danya.
During the colonial period, Europeans did not have many opportunities to become wealthy. The rich were extremely rich, but the majority of the people had nothing, and no way to elevate their status. The firstborn son in a family generally inherited their family's wealth, and the others were left with nothing. Many colonists believed that they could have a fresh start in the New World and left Europe for America in search of wealth. Many colonists came to America for economic opportunities.
Very good. Okay, thank you. Any questions about that?
No.
No. All right. So, the top reasons that colonists came to America in the 17th century from 1600 to 1700 were for freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunities, and to escape religious persecution. Okay? Is anybody planning on taking the citizenship test?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Just in case, this would be on the test if you ever take that. All right. So, quick little review of our coordinating conjunctions today. We have the words for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or, so. Okay? Conjunctions connect words, phrases, or clauses so that we can write more complex sentences. They help sentences flow better and sound more natural or casual. They all join at least two things together, but each one has a different meaning. They are very useful for reading and writing. Okay? What are the coordinating conjunctions in this paragraph? We have or, so,
Or,
and.
or, again.
Or
Good. Is that is the connection better, Sarai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super better.
Yeah. If that ever happens, just log back out and log back in, because sometimes it, I don't know why, it just glitches up like that.
Thanks.
All right. So, what I want you to do right now is to write 4 sentences each. Okay? I want everybody to write 4 simple sentences. Just simple sentences. I eat hamburgers. Super simple sentences, okay? And then we're gonna play with those sentences a little bit. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, how come you didn't say anything? You need to tell me when
I'm
you're ready.
waiting.
Are you ready,
I'm waiting.
Norma?
Yes.
Sarai? Okay, I'm just waiting for you guys. So you like, when you're ready, if you don't say anything, we're never gonna move forward. Okay, all right. So we're gonna do this. Norma, tell me what your 4 sentences are, and then Danya, I want you to practice making more complex sentences by combining them with one of these words that we're working with. Okay. So listen
Okay.
to Norma's sentence and then combine them just into 2 separate sentences.
I have 4 kids. And I have to cook dinner. I have to wash clothes. I have to pay the water bill.
Okay, good. Danya, how can you combine those 4 sentences into just 2?
I have 4 kids and I need cook. I have to cook.
Uh-huh, good.
And the other is
I have clothes and I have to pay water bill.
I have washed clothes before. I have to pay my bills.
Okay, good. All right, Danya, what are your 4 sentences?
I am studying English. I am going to the post office. I will buy a new computer. I would like to go to Mexico.
I would like to go to Mexico. Okay. All right. So Sarai, how can you combine those into just 2 sentences?
Did you say I'm studying English?
I am studying English.
I am studying English.
Studying,
I'm studying English, so So I'm ready to go to the postal office. And
That doesn't make sense, Sarai. I'm studying English so I can go to the post office?
So I will buy a new computer.
So is like saying in order to. So like in order to or therefore with an expected outcome. So when you say I'm studying English so I can go to the post, I mean, I guess studying English would be helpful for going to the post office, but it's not a strong correlation. I might say I'm studying English today before I go to the post office this afternoon. But when you say so, you're directly like using the first as a reason for the second. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
so what were the other sentences?
I will buy a new computer and I would like to go to Mexico.
Mm, I will buy a new computer.
I can't hear you, Sarai.
I will buy. Did you say I will buy a new computer?
Yeah.
I will buy a new computer, and then I am looking for a ticket for go to the Mexico.
Okay. Sarai, what are your 4 sentences?
I have a dog. I ate my breakfast. I cooked lasagna yesterday. We want a chocolate cake.
Okay. All right, Norma, how can you combine those into 2 sentences?
I have a dog and I ate my breakfast. What is the last sentence you said, Sarai?
I ate my breakfast. I cooked lasagna yesterday. And we want a chocolate cake.
I cooked lasagna yesterday and we want a chocolate cake
For today.
Good. Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, these are just words that we use to make more detailed sentences and elaborate on what we're trying to talk about, okay? Okay. So, let's talk about job interviews. First, what's an interview?
Part of the formal process to get an email.
Yeah. Can you elaborate on that? What else? You're right. It is part of the process to get a job. Can anybody else add some detail to that statement?
It's when you tell all information about you and experience.
Say that one more time, Danya.
It's when you tell all information about you and experience.
Okay, it's when you provide information about
Okay.
specifically about your work experience. Okay.
It's when you have face to face with the interviewer.
You have to be face to face with an interviewer, yeah. Okay, and then yeah, there's also like a conversation or like questions that go back and forth between the two people. That's another really important part of it. What do you think you should wear when you go in for an interview?
Formal dress?
Okay, a formal dress? Would
Like a
anybody say anything differently? Or does everybody agree?
business casual clothes?
Business casual, okay. What do you think, Norma? What should you wear for a job interview?
It smells good.
Something that smells good?
Yeah.
Good, yeah. Well, you certainly don't want to wear something that smells bad. However, I do need to give you a word of caution about something that smells good. You should actually avoid wearing perfume or cologne when you go to a job interview. You don't want to smell too good. If you walk into a room and the smell is overwhelming, it can be seen as a very bad thing, even if it's cologne or perfume. So believe it or not, it's generally advisable here in the United States not to wear perfume at work or at a job interview. Or if you do, it should be just very, very, very subtle. But you're right, you don't want to smell bad either. you should just, take a shower before you go. Okay, so so this is interesting. I heard, two pretty different ideas, right? So Sarai says business casual. Danya, you said formal attire. You're both right and you're both wrong.
I think it's depends. It depends on the job.
That's the right answer. That's 100. Yeah. So it really depends on exactly what type of job you are applying for. There is such a thing as overdressing. For example, a lot of my students work in construction. So for example, if you're applying for a landscaping job and you walk in wearing a suit and tie, it's not appropriate.
Nah.
Likewise, so like if you're applying for landscaping, it might be acceptable to wear, blue jeans and a t-shirt. I might go with more, business casual would be like khakis and a polo shirt in that type of situation, but it really depends on the job, right? Similarly, if you're applying like Sarai, I know you had worked or studied to be a lawyer in Mexico, if you're applying for a job at a law firm, you want to go in wearing your best clothes, guaranteed. Yeah. So yeah, it really depends on the job. If you are applying for a job, it's a good piece of advice to ask the interviewer or the hiring manager before you go in what is expected, what the appropriate dress code is, to make sure you don't underdress or overdress. Okay. Should you show up late for a job interview?
Never.
No, absolutely not. No way. When should you call back after an interview?
A week later, I think so.
Does everybody agree?
I think it depends because sometimes the process it's long or short.
Yeah.
So you can ask in the interview if you can call back, and I don't know, tomorrow or
Yeah. Yeah, again, another interesting point that Sarai raises. It does depend. Every process is going to be a little bit different. I think the most important part is to make sure that you are doing some sort of follow-up at some point. I generally say you should probably wait at least 2 days just to give the people enough time to process the interview. And probably not longer than a week, you know, like I would typically say like 2 to 5 days would probably be an appropriate time to call back and just find out, you know, if they've made any decisions. But Sarai, that's a really good piece of advice. You know, you can always ask during the job interview. You should always ask, you know, when you're finishing up the job interview. So what happens next? When are you going to make a decision? You know, and then express an interest. You know, I'd like to maybe just follow up in a few days to see if you've made any decisions. Who should I contact, and when would be a good time to follow up? And you're always gonna, that's always gonna be a good idea instead of just assuming it should be done one way or another. Do you use informal speech or formal speech when you're in an interview?
Formal speech.
Speech.
Nice. Yeah. Probably formal speech. Again, it depends on the job interview. If it's construction or landscaping or something like that, it might be a little different. But you don't want to go too informal either. So, good. What 5 adjectives best describe you, Norma? These are just like sample questions you might get asked in a job interview. Norma, what 5 adjectives best describe you?
Confident.
Okay.
And helpful.
Good.
Communicative.
Communicative. That's the adjective there. I'm communicative.
Maybe sociable, it's better for.
I'm sorry?
Maybe sociable, it's a better adjective for that.
No, I'm trying to think of the best way, because what you want to say is that you're good at communication, right? I'm good at communication. I'm a good communicator. Good. I have good communication. Because the adjective is the direct adjective is communicative. So you could say I'm communicative. I'm expressive. I'm good at expressing my ideas. I'm expressive. Okay. 2 more, Norma. Two more, Norma?
I don't.
Okay.
Responsible.
Responsible, yeah. So you should think, you know, if this is hard for you, you know, just know before you go into a job interview, these are very real questions that you might get asked. So think, you know, this is a good way, a good activity for you to think about how you can describe yourself. I really like the words that you used, Norma. Very good. So good. Tanya, why are you the best candidate for this position?
I am the best candidate for this position because I have experience and I will do my best.
Good. Sarai, tell me about the one thing in your life that you're the proudest of.
First of all, finish my career.
You finished your career. So you retired?
And well, finish my degree. It's
Uh-huh. In English, a career refers to your work life, to your work history. It does not refer to college the way that you use it in Spanish. Okay. So in English, that's what you would say, your degree. I finished my degree.
finish my degree. Yeah. And then
Because if you say you finished your career, I say, oh, well, why are you here at the interview? If you're done, congratulations, you're done, you're retired. Bye. Have a nice life. Career in English only refers to work. It does not refer to college, to studies.
yeah, first of all, finish my degree, and then to come here because when I moving here, my life changed completely, and I didn't feel safe or comfortable. But now I learned a new language, so I can have interviews, or I don't know. For me, I think I overcame my fear. I think this is one of, how do you say, like one of my best or my biggest como logro, like a goal or
Successes.
successes.
Mhm.
One of my biggest successes in my life.
All right, good. Let's see here. Norma, what qualities do you think are necessary to make a success of this job?
Responsible.
Okay.
To be on time.
Okay. To be punctual. Yeah. So you should be responsible and be punctual to be successful at this job. Good. Danya, describe your ideal job. I want everybody to do this one because I like this question. What's your ideal job, Danya?
My ideal job is something where I feel comfortable doing it.
Okay, but I mean that's not a very detailed description. Something that you feel like what?
I don't have an ideal job. It's something I like to do, you know.
Like for example, I mean, get creative. What do you like to do? What would you like to do for work?
I would like to be a nurse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, great. What do you like about being a nurse, Danya? Why is that an attractive career for you?
I like because I help the people and when I go to the hospital, sometimes it's hard to me because my English is a little a little. So I would like to be a nurse bilingual and help the Hispanic people.
Great goal. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's something you can definitely do. Good. How about you, Sarai? What's your ideal job?
Maybe
I can't hear you, Sarai.
somewhere when I can, when I can learn new things, or when where I never when I never left to learn. I don't know how I try to say algo donde nunca termine de aprender.
Yeah, a job where I never stop learning.
Yeah, when I never stop learning. Yeah, something interested. Like when I was working in Mexico, it's a mix between administrative uh, and something like like medicine, or yeah, like like hospital, and my my career, like law, like
My degree, my degree.
sorry. Yeah, that mix between my degree and another thing.
Yeah. Okay, good. How about you, Norma?
Mm, I'm thinking about it. Um, I think so. I want to be a nurse too, but it's hard to be a bilingual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see here, moving on along. Tell me, Norma, tell me about your current position or the last position you had. Are you working right now, Norma?
No.
What was the last job that you had?
I had the last job in the constructions.
You were working in construction? Okay.
Yeah.
What were your responsibilities? What was your job and what were your responsibilities?
I was a labor to cleaning the mess. I think so when they have to destroy the walls or the ceiling
Uh-huh.
or the floor, I have to clean everything.
Okay. What is the most important thing you learned at a previous job, Danya?
I learned how how es poner how put
Yeah.
the appointments in order,
Okay.
and repartir, ¿cómo se dice?
Delivery.
The time. Delivery the time.
Say the full thing that you want to say, because it depends.
Para acomodar el tiempo.
To give time? What do you mean?
Por ejemplo, yo hacía citas, entonces yo tenía que distribuir las horas acomodándolos.
Yeah. So I learned how to make appointments and distribute the appointments,
Yeah, distribute the appointments.
or to
And-
organize the appointments. Okay.
And
So
I
you're
learned,
scheduling.
yeah, and I learned how treat the people,
How to
how to treat the people. Tratar.
treat people. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Tell me about a time that you made a mistake, Sarai, and how you corrected it.
Well, I don't remember like a specific mistake, but when I made a mistake, I try to persuade myself if I can of if um, if it is how do you say, like dentro de mi posición, like
Inside of my position or in my capabilities?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Norma, give me an example of when you've demonstrated your customer service skills.
When you are I don't know, ¿cómo se dice cuando está en el tiempo de entrenamiento?
Training. So when you're in the training period?
Yeah.
So can you elaborate on that? Tell me about that. How did you demonstrate your customer service skills when you were training? Can you give an example, Norma, or tell us about that in more detail? Because I'm not quite making the connection. When you say that you demonstrated customer service skills when you were training. So explain that to me.
How you treat the persons?
How you treat people? What does that have to do with training? I don't understand the connection to training and customer service.
I don't know if I got the question.
So the question is, give me an example of when you've demonstrated your customer service skills. Number 4.
I don't know what.
Danya, can you give me an example of when you've demonstrated your customer service skills?
One time a patient was mad because he was waiting for a long time, and I talked with him friendly, and he understand the situation.
Yeah, good. That is customer service at its best, when you have an upset customer and you're able to really diffuse the situation and make it better. Nice job. Good one. Sarai, what makes you stand out from your coworkers?
I think I have a positive energy. Um, I am so perfectionist, so um, always I need to do my best.
Okay, good. Let's see here. So who is anybody currently working right now? I don't think anybody in this class is
No.
currently working, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll skip number 6. Good. Okay, good job with that, everybody. So these are just questions we're bringing up to help you prepare for kind of the professional world and doing job interviews and stuff like that here in the United States, in case you ever do that. I just want to let everybody know that you're an intermediate English speaker. Like, you speak English well enough to apply and work in jobs that require English, right? Like, everybody here should feel confident with your English skills. So don't let English be a barrier for whatever job or career that you want to do here in the United States. If there's something, you know, I heard people talking about their ideal jobs. You want to be a nurse, you want to work in a job, you know, a professional job where you're constantly learning new stuff. Go for it. You know, it's time. It's time to do it. There's also another aspect of it as well, that if you don't do it, your English is never going to get better. Like, the only way to make your English better is to put yourself in a position where you're using it constantly. And is it going to be comfortable? Probably not. Not initially, you know? Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. But don't let that stop you. You know, I hear too many of my students that they make these things up in their heads of why they can't do something, you know? I can't do that job because my English isn't good enough. If you're in like the first 2 or 3 levels with me, you might be right, you know? But this is intermediate English. Your English is good. Everybody here speaks English quite well, and I need you to feel that, you know? Like, I can only tell you that. Maybe you don't believe me, you know? Sarai, you're looking at,
I actually tomorrow I have an interview.
You do?
Yeah.
Great. Tell it, what is that interview for? Tell us about that.
It's in a clinic. It's an
Ophthalmologist?
ophthalmologist and dental clinic.
Okay. Wow. Good. So yeah, I mean, I've gone into, like, I speak Spanish, so I can kind of cheat, you know, but just so everybody knows here, I've gone into you know, ophthalmologist. Actually, there's an ophthalmologist clinic that I go to where like half the employees are Spanish speakers, and they have worse English skills than anybody here. So, you know, it's time to make that leap. So I'm very glad to hear about that, Sarai. That's exciting. What?
Yeah, it's like yeah, this is helpful for me.
Good. What is the position for?
I don't know yet. I think it's like a receptionist, or
Okay.
maybe doing the previous exams.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good, good. You know, there's another thing too, that like you also have to really get in your heads at this point with your English skills, is that not only is your English good enough right now, and this is coming from me, a professional English teacher that's been doing this for 20 years, you know, you're bilingual at this point. You can put that on your resume. You can tell that to prospective employers. And yeah, it might not be perfect, but your English is much better than a lot of people I've seen doing jobs that require people to be bilingual. And there's another huge advantage of it, is that you are bilingual. You don't only speak Spanish. You don't only speak English. You speak both languages. And here in the city of Denver, the state of Colorado, almost every job that you can apply to you will have an advantage for being bilingual. Almost every single thing that you could possibly apply to. So you really need to understand that everybody here in this class has an incredible strength that you should be talking up on your job interviews. You know, not only can you do the job, you're friendly, you're good at customer service, but you can do it in both English and Spanish, and you can help the other people out around the office in English and Spanish. I really believe that about all three of you. Okay.
You,
I know.
you can say you can trust on yourself.
Sure. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Okay, believe.
That's how I would say it. I know you could say trust in yourself too. That's fine, but believe in yourselves. You know, and not only that, but it really shows a lot about your character, that you have dedicated the time and the energy and the money and the studies to get to this point with your English, right? Most people don't get this far. I can't, I've been doing this for a really, really long time. And to take students from a beginner to an intermediate level doesn't happen that often. Going from intermediate to advanced, it happens much less. So you should be proud of everything that you've accomplished with your English studies, and start thinking about that really is a tremendous asset that you have, a strength that you have. And I just can't emphasize enough the fact that to take it to the next level, if you want to go from intermediate to advanced, you have to put yourself through those uncomfortable situations to get there, you know, and you're going to learn a lot on the job, you know. You're gonna learn a lot on the job. So keep going, keep going.
I think it's the best way because you hear every day in English.
Yep. It's really hard for a lot of my students. Like this is one of the most challenging aspects about what I do as a teacher, because I'm limited to the time that I have with you in class, right? We have class 2 days a week for an hour and a half. And I'm really only limited to teaching you as much as I can and helping you practice during that period of time. When it comes to developing fluency and confidence, it's the practice that matters. And you have to put yourselves into positions where you're practicing English. I can't do that for you. I can only do it, you know, you could pay me more and then, you know, you have more class time with me. But, you know, at this level with your English, you don't necessarily need to. You can, you know, we've got like Danya is in our intensive program where she comes to several classes with me every week, you know, and so she's learning English faster. So that's one way to do it. But another way to do it is to start trying to really integrate into American culture, into American society. And you're going to do that by making friends with Americans and by working at jobs where you have to speak English. And I get it 100% because I've done it. You know, like everybody here, I lived in another country too. I got on an airplane and I moved, and I went to a place where I didn't know anybody. My situation was a little bit different because I was young, you know, I was single, and I truly didn't know anybody. So I didn't have much of a choice. But, you know, Norma, you're married with kids. Danya, you're married with kids. Sarai, you're married. You know, like, who are you? It's harder once you've established the family and when you get a little bit older to make friends. But it's something that you just have to somehow do in order to get that daily constant practice. So I believe in all of you. I want you to believe in yourselves too, and to start going out there and doing it. If you can't make friends with Americans, work with Americans, and eventually you'll make friends with the people that you're working with, you know. So try to look for jobs where you're going to get exposure to Americans. I see too many of my students that work in, you know, that don't change their job once they get to this level. They keep doing the same thing, you know. If you keep doing the same thing, nothing is going to change. You have to do something different in order to get the change that you're looking for. You know, coming to English classes is just a little piece of it, you know. It's just a tiny little piece of it, right? If there's 24 hours in a day, you're only in class with me for 3 hours in a week. That's not even one full day. You've got 7 days, you know, where you can be practicing your English, and work is just a great way to do it. So let me know how that goes, Sarai. I'm excited for you.
Congratulations.
But I'm excited. I'm so excited. It's
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Cool. All right. So this word "so," we've seen it as one of our coordinating conjunctions, right? Like, I study English so that I can get a good job. Okay, that's the cause and the effect, right? We can also use this word "so" to modify adjectives in order to emphasize an extreme or to exaggerate our point. So I could say the music is loud, but if I say the music is so loud, it's like, I can't hear anything, right? The music is so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. The dinner was so good, it was worth the money. He is so nice, I don't want to hurt his feelings. Okay, so this word "so" is used to exaggerate the adjective. All right. Let's see here. These words can be used to mean the same thing. That horse is so big, that horse is very big. And then how we were learning, I think in our last class, with the word "such," that is such a big horse. Okay? More or less, these 3 sentences mean exactly the same thing, right? In Spanish, you would do it like with the "ísimo," right? Like, este caballo es grandísimo, right? Same thing with English, only we use "so very" or "such a." Okay. So what would be correct? That horse is so small, that horse is very small, that horse is such small, or A and B? Sarai?
A and B. Sorry.
Danya? Okay, yeah. Danya, A and
Sorry.
B. Good. Sarai, do this one.
Teresa, such, sí.
All right. Subordinating conjunctions. Moving on along. Similar to coordinating conjunctions, a subordinate conjunction connects 2 ideas. It connects a main clause to what's called a subordinate clause. A main clause can stand by itself. It can be independent, but subordinate clause cannot. So for example here, Marissa went to the movies although she had a test to study for. I like to dance because it is part of my culture. Krista likes to eat out as much as I do. I can clean the kitchen unless you have time to do it after dinner. My brother was watching TV when I came home from work. So let's talk about these words, okay? This top example for us has what we call 2 main clauses. I could say these by themselves. I can say one sentence, I like bananas. Sentence number 2, I like grapes. Those are both sentences that can be said independently. We can connect them with the word "and." I like bananas and grapes. Okay? The next 2 examples here are ideas of a main clause and a subordinate clause. Okay? Mom is taking me to buy shoes. I can just say that by itself. I could add a little more detail to it with a subordinate clause. After she picks me up, Mom is taking me to buy shoes. Okay? Next one. I first met her in Paris. Period. I can just say that by itself. I can add more detail with a subordinate clause. I first met her in Paris, where I lived as a small child. Okay? So these are examples of these subordinate conjunctions. We've got the word although or even though. These are almost like the exact same thing. As and while, this is when we're talking about 2 actions that are happening at the same time. when, if, because, so, before, or unless. So I want you to try and give me an example with a subordinate conjunction using one of those words. Can you give me an example, Norma?
Can I have the picture?
The picture?
The page before this one?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Good. So can you give me an example? Can somebody here give me an example using one of these words to create a more complex sentence? Anybody?
My husband is building our new project while I take my English class.
While I am taking my English classes. Good. Good. Yeah, perfect. Can anybody else give me an example?
I have to do breakfast for my kids.
I have to make breakfast for my kids.
I have to make breakfast for my kids while I wash the dishes.
Good.
I like go outside when the sun go out.
When the sun comes out. Good. Okay.
Comes
Good.
out.
All right. Good job. Okay. Writing essays. Just a quick little review. So if you're writing an essay, you need to have essentially three main parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Okay. So we'll take an example of this for you. The United States of America is the best country in the world. First, people have greater freedom than in many other countries. Second, U.S. citizens have many opportunities to become wealthy. Finally, it is very diverse, which makes it more interesting than other countries. Because of these reasons, it is easy to see that the United States of America is the best country in the world. In the United States, people have more freedoms than in other countries. The Constitution is unique because it helped design a government that institutionalizes freedom into the American psyche. For instance, people are free to practice whatever religion they choose. In many countries, people are still being persecuted for their religious beliefs. Another example is that people have freedom of speech, which means they can say whatever they want to say, even against the government. This is contrary to places like China, where the government punishes people for speaking out. Overall, the U.S. gives its citizens many more freedoms than other countries. Okay, so the first sentence is going to establish the topic of the paragraph that comes. The sentences that follow are going to support your point and essentially answer the question why with the first sentence. So as we continue to move along, we're going to start looking at more kind of academic ways to write in English. All right, any. Any is an adjective that is used to indicate a person or a thing that is not particular or not specific. We can use it in questions. Do you have any money? We can use it in negative statements. No, I don't have any money. We can use it for hypothetical items. Please call us if, hypothetical, if you have any questions. We use it for people and things that are unspecified. For example, anytime. You can call me anytime, day or night. Anywhere. I'm tired. I don't feel like going anywhere today. Anyone. The language meetup is open to anyone, not just our students. Anything. He must be thirsty after his run. Doesn't he want anything to drink? Okay. Both is another determiner that can be used to indicate two things or two people together. Both shoes are black, or you could say both of them are black. Both of must be used before a pronoun. For example, one eye is green, the other is blue. Each eye is brown. Both of her eyes are brown. Okay? Let's practice with these words, any, both, or both of. Number one, Norma?
There isn't any milk.
Read the whole sentence, Norma.
There isn't any milk in the fridge. I think we need to go grocery shopping.
Good. Number two, Dania?
I like the red blues and the blue blouse. I think I will buy both of them.
Very good.
She doesn't want any sugar in her coffee.
Norma?
Do you have any children?
She lost both of her gloves in the snow last winter.
Very good.
I don't have any time this week to go to the bank.
Both of their children are doctors.
Very good.
Is there any point in arguing with him? He always does what he wants.
Good.
We need a two-car garage, big and of our trucks.
Good. Norma?
The time. I don't want to do any homework tonight.
All right, nice job. All right, next we have the word more and some. Here we have some pizza, here we have more pizza. Typically we use the word more when we're making a comparison with something, okay? I ate some cake, I ate one piece, right? That just answers the question how much. But we can see how we can use this to compare different situations. My sister ate 3 pieces of cake. She ate more of the cake than I did. She ate more of it than I did, okay? Most is the maximum amount. We use this for also comparing things to when we want to talk about the maximum. Most people watch TV while eating dinner. Most of the pie chart is blue, the majority in this situation. Okay, so let's practice with these words now. More of, most of. Number one, Norma.
I think that he's confident most of the time.
Good.
But not always.
Number two, Dania.
My son would like to practice soccer more often, but he normally has a lot of homework.
All right, number 3.
Lisa is more intelligent than her twin sister, Carrie.
Okay. Oops, why is that one not filling in? You're right, she is more intelligent. The animation isn't working right. Okay, Norma, number 4.
My daughter Jenny wants to buy some new dresses because most of her old dresses are too short.
Very good.
Most people think that it snows in Colorado all year
Round. Good.
round. Yeah, around.
Sarai, number 6.
The students all did well on the test. Most of them passed with.
A's. Good. That is correct. The animation isn't working right, but that is correct, Sarai. All right, number 7. Norma?
Mm, Although Jeremy doesn't live here, he has seen um, most the state than his
Here we're going to
brother.
say more of the state than his brother.
Uh,
Statistics show that most Americans do not have enough savings for medical or financial emergency.
Yep, very good. All right, good job with that. Last one. All means the whole or the entire amount. All of can be used before nouns, but must be used before pronouns. All the roofs in my neighborhood have hail damage. All of the roofs in mine are being repaired in the summer. All of them need new tiles. Okay? All right, let's just practice with all or all of.
Who's Sarai?
Sure,
I don't know.
Sarai.
Okay, you can have all of my old hats because I'm giving them away.
Good. Norma?
what is all of that noise I hear?
Yeah, here we can use actually both of them. All that noise or all of that noise, both acceptable. Nanya?
All of us are going to spend our summer in Texas with our family.
I think they are all crazy.
Yeah, right.
Take the English.
All of them took the English test without studying. Good. Next one.
All of
I ate all of it. Good. All right, Danya, number 6.
I ordered the same thing from my favorite restaurant all of the time. All of the time.
I watched the debate. How do you say debate? Debate last night, and all of the candidates were impressive.
Next.
my parents are so proud that all their children graduate from college.
Good job. Okay, guys. We're going to wrap up here for today, okay? Does anybody have any questions for me before we go?
No.
No?
No.
No? Okay, good. So for homework, do lesson number 11 in your books, and please send that over to me so that I can review it for you. That's it for today. Everybody have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.